Hey guys, Katie here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be filling out my reading journal for the end of January. Now, I did say that I wanted... Oh my God, that's disgusting. Why does my journal look so gross? Oh my God, the lighting is... Ooh, no. Oh my God, that is not doing favors for you. Oh, look, it's shiny. Please be distracted by that. Oh, just pretend you did not see that. I will never be showing the cover of that journal ever again in my life. That was horrifying. Okay, here on the left side, getting into more favorable content, we have the books read in 2021. Now, I want you to laugh at me for a second because I really wrote that my goal was 75. And I read 21 books in January. Hysterical, absolutely hysterical. I laugh at my freaking self. So I did leave, thank God, the other side of the page blank. I don't remember what I initially did that for, but now I'm sure what I'm going to be doing is mirroring this like template that I have. Wow. Colored pencils who? Like, I am not an artiste and this is horrible. Look at how streaky that is. That's... The pressure of filming myself do this was really getting to me on these pages. It gets better later, I promise. But on here, I wrote down the colored pencils I was using because I didn't want to forget and accidentally have a different color for the rest. And then this is my leftover 2020 TBR. So these are books I physically bought in 2020 that I did not end up finishing, or maybe I bought in 2019. And I did end up finishing The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, obviously The King of Elfhame as well, but I did not physically buy that in before I made this spread. So I'm just going through and filling out in gray, which I also noted down on that sticky note, the certain gray pencil I was using. So I went through and marked these down. I really, really love this spread, but I didn't have the micron pens yet, so the lines are jankety. And then this is a Prismacolor blending tool. I really, really love that tool. I think if you use colored pencils, it's a must. And I'm obsessed with this spread on the left, like absolutely obsessed. I am keeping track of how many female versus male authors that I read, which, why even do it? Like, we all know that it's going to be 70% female authors. Like, I'm willing to bet you that it's 70%. And did you just see that? Did you just see me flip the page back? You're gonna see that a lot because I'm yeah, there we go. I'm panic flipping to make sure it's not bleeding, even though I'll check and it's not bleeding, and then I'll check again, and then I'll check again, and I'll check again because, yep, there we go. Hey, did you see it? I'm gonna keep doing it through the entire video because I'm afraid, because when I set up my journal, I had a lot of there we go. A lot of bleeding, and I didn't want it to happen again. And I am going through and kind of outlining it. I think it just looks so much more crisp. I really love it. On the other side, the adult versus YA, I was like, I thought I was going to read a lot more adult, but I keep picking up YA books hoping I'm going to be trash for them and love them, and almost always not liking them, which is, you know, it's sad, but what can you do? Okay. And also I am writing down the numbers on each because I didn't do that in my last reading journal, and it's so much better. Like, I like it so much more because visually it's so much easier to understand how many there are instead of writing down each block. Like, no. Okay. So the genres. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Why did I even write poetry down as an option? Why did I do that? I don't like poetry. I don't know what I was thinking. Actually, I can tell you what I was thinking. It was because I was like binge reading Elizabeth Acevedo, and she does slam poetry, which I'm obsessed with slam poetry, but I don't like poetry at all. I should have used that spot for graphic novels because I am planning on reading a lot of graphic novels this year, but what can you do? Okay. Here is my physical reads versus audios. Now, this is really simple. I don't feel like coloring them in. I just don't think it's necessary. And honestly, I'm surprised I even physically read 7 because I am obsessed with audiobooks. Like, they're like 80% of what I read. On the left side, I have a book buying ban. I only want to buy myself like 40 books this year because I just buy way too many. And then I'm going to go through and, in different shades of brown, mark down the ones that I have read. And then on the right, I have my books to reread, which is my reading rewind, in which I do have usually solely dedicated videos to those, which you will be seeing, but just books that I want to reread to see if they're still favorites. And then, of course, I have a booktube and bookstagram spread. I am so incredibly grateful for every single one of you, all of you that follow me and subscribe to me. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm obsessed with you guys. You're so nice. Ew. And look at the spread. Look at this. Please look at this and tell me I'm not a freaking artiste. Like, what the heck? Like, did you see the colored pencil absolute bullshittery that I was doing on that first spread? And then now that you see this, you're like, what is this, Jekyll and Hyde? Like, who took over her body? This looks great. Okay, on my physical TBR, there's no way I'm gonna be able to keep this up until March because it's getting absolutely insane. But I'm doing in different shades of green, filling out the ones that I have read, and there's different colors for ones I buy myself, ones that I get sent from all of you guys, you're so nice, and then ones I get at free libraries, or from friends and family, and hello. Oh, okay, please be impressed with me. I read all of my TBR except for The House of Cerulean Sea. All of them. Oh my God. Like, Winterween, such a good time, fun and fresh. And then I have January reads. Now, I got this idea from Chloe, from Books with Chloe, and I'm obsessed with her, for starters. Her journal is literally everything. And she prints out tiny book covers for all of her books. And I just thought that was such a stunning idea because in my last book journal, I was writing down each one I read, and that's fine, but I do not go back and look at it. And I'm not going to read through each one that I read. I'm not going to do that. But visually seeing them is just so much easier. Like, I'm actually gonna look at that. And also they're stunning. Like, book covers are so beautiful, and when you just see the spines of them on your shelf, that's great, but I love looking at the actual covers of the books and being able to flip through like this. I'm like, oh yeah, I read that book, and then, oh my God, I love No Exit, and then I read In the House in the Dark of the Woods, which I didn't really like, and oh my God, then I read Night of the Mannequins, which I didn't like at all, and then I read The Haunting of Bryn Wilder, which I freaking hated. Like, looking back at them like that is just such a better idea, and I'm so glad that I ended up doing this. Now, the ink did get all over my hands, and you can tell it's kind of transferring onto my journal, which we don't super love, but it's totally fine. And then I'm just gonna keep filling these out and just watch me do this because it's beautiful, and it's just, we love a book cover, and we love I almost said synthetic, an aesthetic? Yeah, an aesthetic moment. Now I'm going through and I'm filling out the star ratings I gave for each one. Now this is why I waited to the end of January, because there are plenty of these books that I changed my mind about. Plenty of them. And if I had gone through and given ones like 3 stars and then later felt like giving it 1.5 stars and I couldn't change it, I would have been so mad, which is what happened last year. And then there you saw, I am going and marking down which ones I ended up putting on my favorite shelf. Now, I didn't put a favorite under I'm Thinking of Ending Things because the reread I didn't really enjoy as much. It's still a favorite, but listening to it and rereading it was not a favorite. So I didn't put a favorite under that, which you will notice that I do put a favorite under Carry On, even though it was a reread, because it was still a favorite. Like, I had such a good time rereading it that even if I was judging it based only on a reread, not on the original read of it, I still would have given it a favorite because I'm just freaking obsessed. Like, I'm trash for Carry On. You guys already know. And then I didn't know what to do here. I didn't anticipate having this big blank spot, so I just went through and wrote down some things, just some highlights of my reading experience through January, like how much a freaking waste reading Folk of the Air was. Sorry, Becca, that sent it to me. Love you the most, but I hated it. So I just looked through the books that I had read and went through and wrote down some things that stood out to me, or some things that maybe later on throughout the months or in 2022, or, oh, hey, there's me, that I might want to look back on and remember that that's how I felt about it. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. Anyway. Now, my laptop is going to be in frame for this because I wanted to write down my favorite quotes from The Nightingale and Little Women because those are my favorite books of the month, but I could not remember them well enough, and I did not trust myself to remember the exact quote, so I did have my laptop out for that. But something that you're going to notice is that didn't end up even needing to happen. Hey, there's me again. Because I so incredibly messed up writing it out that it didn't end up even needing to be the case. Wow. Just featured extra, Katie Colson, all up in her own video. Like, I just got so close to it because I didn't want to accidentally cut the page. I had no plan, none. And that's why the laptop is in the frame. That's why you can see all the stuff on the side. That's why I keep going in the frame, is because I did not anticipate doing this favorite spread. So I didn't have a plan. And you can tell that when you don't have a plan, you panic. And you're influenced by the fact that you're being filmed and things just go a little awry. Now, I still really do like it. I really like the way this ended up turning out. I like this little washi. Oh, God, if I could get out of my own freaking way, Jesus. I'm gonna take this moment while I'm taking a long time gluing things down to drink my wine. When are we gonna get to where I really messed everything up? Oh, here we go. So something about me. I have no spatial awareness. I really thought this whole quote was gonna fit, and absolutely not. Do you see? I'm panicking. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? No, Katie. No, it's not. I panicked. The quote is way longer than that. So what I ended up having to do was cover it up with a piece of paper and then go and print out the quotes because I couldn't do it. I ended up having to print them out 3 times because, again, spatial awareness, Katie Colson, no, not synonymous. So I ended up putting my favorite quotes there. And yes, I do feel like this spread is very simplistic, but it's also really cute. And even though I didn't end up writing down my thoughts on the books, I still think that the spread is very pretty, and I do think that these are very beautiful quotes that I really, really love and resonate with me a lot, especially because the quote from Joe March, I actually bought a shirt with that quote on it, so I know that it means a lot to me. So I do think that looking back, I will really love these spreads. I think just aesthetically, they're gorgeous. I don't know if I will end up putting things I think about the books later on. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna end my January spreads. If you wanna see me make videos like this in the future, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you would like to see me add or include or maybe not put in later on. If you wanna follow me on Goodreads or Instagram, they will be linked down below. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another video. Thank you, and goodbye.